Two swords is certainly not enough to fully defend 11 men, not to mention all who would come. But Jesus said 2 swords. Jesus shows us, even amidst that conversation, how battles are truly meant to be fought. Today we read Luke chapter 22, verses 31 through 53 in This Day Devo. Welcome. It's good to have you here on this wonderful Monday morning. In today's passage, at the very beginning, in verse 31, Satan is again showing up on the scene. And Jesus is saying that Satan has demanded to have Peter. Peter's the leader. Peter's the rock on which I will build my church. And Peter is about to stumble. Peter's about to deny Christ 3 times. And Satan is demanding him. Satan wants to sift him like wheat. Satan wants to crush him and blow him away with the chaff. Gone. But what does Jesus do? Jesus has prayed fervently in faith that Peter's faith would be strong and that he would not falter. Peter's faith would be strong, that he would be strengthened, and that after he falls, after he doubts, after he denies Christ 3 times, that his faith will be strong and that he will be able to withstand and he will be able to lead the disciples, to lead the new early church movement with the strength of the Spirit and the strength of a man of faith and a man of conviction, even though he's about to deny him 3 times. And in fact, we see that. If you would look, excuse me, really the entire book of 1 Peter is just that. It's Peter encouraging the believers to stand firm in their faith in times of trial. During the time of Nero, during the time when the Roman Emperor Nero is vehemently against Christians and literally martyring Christians and gruesomely using these Christians as candlesticks to light his own garden, and he just absolutely hates the followers of the way, the followers of Jesus, and Peter's encouraging them. And Jesus had prayed strength into Peter. And so you and I are to approach our battles in that way. Just in the same way that Jesus sees the cross coming and he says, Lord, take this cup from me, but your will be done. He is agonizing in prayer and sweating drops of blood because he doesn't want to face it, but yet he loves us, loves you so much that he's willing to go and he's willing to do that. He battled that in prayer. Prayer. In the Garden of Gethsemane, he went to battle. And because of that battle, then whenever the physical battle showed up, he was prepared. He was kind of calm and he was serene. And even with Peter, the book of John will tell us that it was Peter who came and he cut off the man's ear. And Jesus was able to, even in that moment, be calm enough, to be in control enough, to reach down and pick up that ear and to heal that man. A member of the mob who has come to drag him away and crucify him, Jesus pauses and said, no more of that. Put that sword aside. And he touches the man and he heals him. Wow. Because he went to battle in prayer. He was strengthened in that moment. And so you and I can learn from this, that when we're facing trials, when we're facing temptations, when we're facing doubts, when we're facing seemingly insurmountable situations, when we are looking at the pain and the struggles of this world, how do we fight? Excuse me, my mouth is dry. My throat is dry. How do we fight? We fight on our knees. We fight in prayer. We pray for God to give us victory. We pray for God to give us wisdom. We pray for God to turn hearts to him. And we pray fervently and passionately and consistently and persistently all along the way in faith to a God who hears our prayers. Today I learned this about Jesus, and on this day I will this. How do you answer that question today?
I am with you in the darkness. I will be your light. Every word sent down from heaven has the power